Fashid. It's F-A-S-H-I-D. And he's been placed in what they call an open cell with drug addicts and hardened criminals. And he's been placed there in order that his faith might be destroyed by these wicked and evil men. I pray that God would protect him and God would support him and sustain him through all that he must endure, and others like him in such circumstances. But above all, that by the grace of God he might be able to put his God ever before him. That whatever the circumstances in the close proximity with all these other evil forces, and that the holiness and the purity and the sovereignty of God might so be before him that such as who come out of those kind of situations might also bear that testimony that I was not moved, and that it might be his resolution in face of all these trials, however long they might last. I shall not be moved, because God is before me. Let me close this evening by just drawing a number of conclusions. They're conclusions that Spurgeon sets before us as he's writing on this verse. And he sees a number of situations. He addresses those that are not a Christian and are not happy. Then the advice of this verse is that the Lord should be set before you. Or maybe there are those, he says, that are not Christians, and yet they consider themselves to be happy. So many around us like that in this day in which we live. They have no time for Christianity. They have so much, and they consider themselves to be happy in their lives. And such are to consider how frail is the pillar on which their happiness rests. But then maybe you are a Christian, he says, and you're not happy. Then maybe here is the reason. Here is counsel for you. Because the happiness of this man, even in the greatest of extremities, rests in that the Lord is before his face. Or maybe, he says finally, you are a happy Christian. God has richly blessed you, and you have joy in your heart. Do you know what? You can be happier still. The text again stands before us. You can be happier by coming nearer to God. We can never reach the joy of heaven, but we can begin to approach it by setting God always before our face. May God help us so to do. Amen.